I did want to talk about Wildcard preview.
Yeah.
Yep.
So NFC's got the New Orleans Saints going against the seed 7 Chicago Bears.
The Saints will kill them.
Saints are going to win. The Bears will probably have a pretty good game plan for the first quarter.
First quarter, wow.
Dude, the first drive of Mitchell Trubisky, the script that they write is always really good.
That's what I mean.
Against the Packers, like they just went down and scored, and you're like,
I think they're gonna score like 10 points in the first quarter.
Like they were like, that took 6 minutes. Mitchell looked good, and we scored. Like, but then
we might not score the rest of the game though. Yes. So I don't know. I think the Saints are the Saints sometimes confuse me. The Saints confuse me on offense because they get in their own way sometimes. It's just like, just give the ball to Alvin Kamara and get out of the way. That is not what they. This is not what they're doing.
It doesn't feel like it's forced, but I'm leaning. Part of me really thinks the Bears might be able to do something to at least make it a good game, even through like the third quarter. I think going into the fourth quarter is when they're just going to fall apart again. So I actually think it's going to be like a 7-point game going into the fourth, and I think they lose by 14 or 17. I think they give up. I think they lose 10-0 in the fourth quarter to make them lose by 17.
Here's how the Bears.
About the Chicago Bears, right?
Yes.
Here's how the Bears win.
No.
Khalil Mack needs to break more of Drew Brees' ribs.
Drew Brees throws ducks. Like, he's terrible this year. I'm not like.
If Khalil Mack can just get and like do one of those what they did to Aaron Rodgers a couple of years ago, where they just broke his shoulder.
The problem is that's a huge strength of the Saints is their offensive line. Like the Ryan Ramczyk, Taron Armstead, and Elton. Yeah, Eric McCoy I think is on there. They've got a really good offensive line. So, well, I don't know how effective that's going to be, but I think they're going to stay in the game until the fourth quarter, and then they're going to just fall apart.
The Bears defense can keep them in the game probably, but I just don't give them much.
38-17. I'm saying 38-17.
Okay, but that's technically my final score. About I said they're going to end up losing by 17, but they're going to be down 7 going into the fourth.
Well, whatever, man.
Whatever, man. Oh, come on, man.
Win.
All right, number 3, Seattle Seahawks. Number 6, LA Rams.
Seahawks are trending up and Rams are trending down.
They are, but this is what, the third time they've played each other?
Yeah, and someone's going to have someone figured out. Yeah.
Split. So I think
the Seahawks are a better team, though, I would agree. So
I trust the Seahawks more.
A little bit more explosiveness on offense.
And is Jared Goff playing?
Yeah.
Jared.
Is it John Wolford again?
I think he is.
If John Wolford is playing, then the Seahawks are going to win by 30.
Yes.
Because that guy throws – I think I might throw a better ball than
he the Rams wire is actually – I think he's available, but the Rams are saying the Rams should the Rams start John Wolford or Jared Goff?
John Wolford.
Yeah, of course.
Did they watch?
He's faster.
Clearly.
He was horrendous. He wasn't
good. He was bad, but he could run, like, if that's what they want.
That one rollout on the goal line, he got absolutely wrecked.
Like a lower number.
Okay, so – and actually, Sean McVay 1 hour ago said, I'm not going to make an announcement on who I'm starting this week. Like, it's a competition. It's a competition.
I think that's all just – he knows exactly who he's going to start.
Smoke screen out of his mind. It's got to be Jared Goff.
If Jared Goff is healthy, he's obviously –
Yeah, if they don't start Jared Goff and he's available, then they're dumb.
Yep.
But they have the number 1 defense in the NFL, and it's really not even close in a lot of stats.
Yeah. Yep. Well, actually, I know how.
The Seahawks defense just seems to get better every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Seahawks hit like a little rut in like the middle of the season after like Russell Wilson was going to win the MVP and then he stopped winning the MVP.
Yep.
I don't know. It's going to be if the Seahawks can move the ball downfield against a very stingy Rams defense, because that Rams defense is going to have to be what keeps them in the game. But I think this is going to be a 10-point game, and I think the Seahawks win.
Yep, I agree with that.
Me too.
Sweet. Hashtag me too. All right. Number 4, Washington football team. Number 5, Tampa Bay Bucks.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers by 20.
Tampa Bay Bucks by quite a bit. Chase Young was calling out Tom Brady after their last game. And then, he said, I want Tom Brady. And then Bruce Arians was like, you know what?
I was going to say, is there an Ohio State-Michigan rivalry?
Bruce Arians was like, be careful what you wish for, man.
You better shut your dirty mouth. That's basically
the Redskins look really good when they're competing against the rest of the NFC East.
Yes.
Not when they're competing against actual teams.
Yes.
I think we're all picking the Tampa Bay Bucks here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Redskins were talking about how they may rotate QBs too. So we'll see what happens.
Bring back Dwayne Haskins just for a good rotation.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say probably a 20-point win.
They should
also
get Josh Rosen.
Hey, back from the 49ers.
Back from the dead.
Back from the dead. He's still on the ground somewhere. AFC now then.
Bills at Colts.
So that was the one we were doing for pick 6. Okay, yeah. Number 2 Bills, number 7 Colts.
I actually think this could be a tough game because the Colts defense can be good, but I just don't see them having the offensive firepower to beat the Bills.
Yeah, I think I don't know. The Bills, it's weird with the Bills because they just haven't been in this position in a long time. So I don't know like how they're gonna react. Josh Allen has made in the past, he's made some boneheaded plays in the games, some like just inexplicably stupid plays. But I think they'll find a way. I don't think it's gonna be that pretty though. But they'll find a way. Diggs will make enough plays. Allen's been very, very good this year. So,
well, I think like the Ravens last year were like they hadn't been there before. They had a young quarterback who had just proven himself. They were like kind of an unorthodox offense.
Yeah.
But I feel like they came in with this attitude of like we have something to prove. We have a lot of weight on our shoulders, and then they just got it all taken off. I feel like the Bills are kind of just like, dude, we're in the playoffs. Whatever. This is awesome. Like we just want to keep playing for next week, and I think that mentality leads you to better success for a team where most of the players haven't been there before.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I can agree with that. I just don't think it's going to be like a clean game though, like some of these other ones. I think the Colts can muck it up. They're definitely going to try to establish Jonathan Taylor early and often.
Yeah.
And Phillip Rivers has played in a lot of big games and a lot of games in general.
And he's lost a lot of big games.
He's lost a lot. You're right. And he's probably going to lose another one. I will pick him to lose another
Phillip Rivers in Wildcard weekend, bad.
Yeah, I don't know. But an inexperienced Josh Allen in a wild card ever. It's another story. I'm not going to put it past the Colts if this upset does happen, but I think I am going to pick the Bills just because, like Isaiah said, that offensive firepower has been pretty much unmatched by anybody in the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I think the defense, we even said it in our preseason, like the Bills have a defense that can make it up if they need to. Mm-hmm. And if they put a focus on, trying to rush Phillip Rivers and pin down Jonathan Taylor, I think there's going to be a success on that side of the football. I think it's going to be like a 7 to 10 point game though.
Yeah, I think it'll be a 1 to 2 score game.
And I don't think the Bills are going to put it more than. I'll be surprised if they put it more than 31. I think 31 is where I'm capping the Bills against a really good Colts defense.
Yeah.
And then the last one before we phase into our pick 6, number 3 Steelers, number 6 Cleveland Browns.
I really want the Browns to win. Like
they're so depleted now. Right?
I know. It just sucks that they're dealing with all this COVID crap in these last 2 weeks. Last 3 weeks, really. Yeah, the smart pick is obviously the Steelers. I think the Browns can get it done. I think one of the Steelers' weaknesses is their run defense, and if you can just have Nick Chubb blow people up, because people talk about how the Steelers had to sit guys last week, but when they lost to the Browns, but they didn't really sit anybody on defense. Like Nick Chubb still had his day for a little bit, for the first half especially. And they didn't know how to really stop Kareem Hunt. So, they'll have Big Ben, who will not muck up a lot of throws like Mason, what's his name? Mason Rudolph did last week. But I think the Steelers will win, but I would not be surprised if the Browns pull off a close one. Because until the fourth quarter, the Browns were kicking the Steelers' butts.
Yeah, I think the Browns can win this game. I would agree. I really just don't think they will. I think it's just going to be – I really actually think the Steelers might go out and dominate them. It might not look like a complete blowout on the scoreboard, but I just think overall they're going to control the game. Not that I don't – the Browns are just kind of Jekyll and Hyde, and Baker would have to go out there and just absolutely like just be on fire, like just absolutely tear it up. And if he can't do that, it's not necessarily all on him anyway. But if he's unable to win the game pretty much by himself, not by himself, but like take over the game, then I don't really give the Browns much of a chance.
Yeah, I mean the Browns barely hung on against Mason Rudolph in the practice squad last week.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to be able to do it against, you know, a full fleet of rested starters.
Yeah.
Again, this is another thing though, where, you know, like we talked about with the NFC West, they're playing each other 3 times now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be, they know each other really well. And so with Stefanski out, that game plan is going to be a little different and adjustments and stuff. So I'm gonna hold on to the experience of Mike Tomlin and Ben Roethlisberger to get them through this game. And I think it could get pretty ugly. I think the Steelers could win handedly.
Yep, for sure.
So then we could phase right into our pick 6. I do want to say though, it's been a weird but awesome season. And I said there's a wide receiver that started a game this year. That's always cool. The Browns, a wide receiver started at quarterback with Kendall Hinton. The Browns made the playoffs. Tom Brady's a Buccaneer. A Bills QB is an MVP candidate. A running back hit 2,000 rushing yards. A team played with no name. A rookie QB threw for 30-plus touchdowns. And the Patriots didn't make the playoffs. Good year.
2020 has been weird.
Yeah, it's followed suit.
It was weird. I guess we're 2021 now, but it was a weird football season.
It's followed suit for sure.
Yeah.